Welcome to part 2 of our reading on Danelo Cavalcante. In part 1, we looked at his energy. In chapter 2, we look at what put him in prison. Chapter 2, Danelo's crime. Danelo is native to Brazil and an ex-gang member. He has a warrant for his arrest out there for killing a man who owed him money. His American imprisonment, however, is for something much more grisly, crimes against women, and that may be the relevance of Venus ruling the 12th house, prison, in this chart. CBS News reports he was sentenced to life without parole for fatally stabbing his ex-girlfriend, Deborah Brandao, 38 times in the Phoenixville area in 2021 in front of her 2 young kids, end quote. It's said he's also had a horrific history of domestic violence and killed Brandao because she was about to out him to the police about his Brazil warrant. We subscribe that these nefarious energies towards women are shown in this chart. Virgo can relate to misogyny due to its negative relationship with Venus, but this misogyny would be more critical, mentally manipulative, or abusive than violent. Do not confuse what we just mentioned as saying people born under Virgo are misogynists. We are speaking of a specific context here, and not looking at a natal chart. So, we must be seeing his fundamental hatred towards women here. But what would describe violence and love? Mars, the natural planet of physical violence in the 5th house, the house of dating and romance would. Especially as Mars is doing poorly in Libra, and sits here along with the South Node, who also shows damage and destruction in relationships. Notably, Mars is joined to the fixed star Xenia. When Xenia is joined to Mars, it's said to show these energies, active, energetic, loss through lawsuits, trouble through opposite sex. Morbidly, this violence and trouble through the opposite sex would escalate to a knife, a Martian way to kill. Lastly, Mars also rules the 12th house from the house of relationships. This house describes how a relationship is challenged or potentially destroyed, thus, there is a 4th confirmation of destructive violence in relationships.